stuck through the filter. When you exhaled, the mask lifted away from the face. Children's masks were called Mickey Mouse masks and were brightly coloured to make them less frightening. Children took regular gas drills at school. They found these practices hard to take seriously, especially when they discovered blowing up through the rubber made rude noises. It is perhaps fortunate that the masks were never worn. The filter medium contains asbestos. Later studies showed a significantly raised mortality rate amongst those manufacturing gas masks. The familiar Brodie helmet, or tin hat, was introduced in 1915 to reduce the number of head wounds in the trenches. It was made until 1944. In addition to the armed forces, it was issued to the police, air raid wardens, the auxiliary fire service, ambulance crews, stretcher bearers, and the Royal Observer Corps. In fact, any officials whose work required them to be out in the open during an air raid. We have 3 examples here. White helmets were issued to senior air raid wardens. The number of black bars indicates seniority. Ordinary wardens had a black helmet bearing a white W. Our 3rd helmet was worn by a member of the Auxiliary Fire Service. In all cases, the helmets were intended to protect the wearer from falling objects, especially the hot metal fragments called shrapnel that came mostly from exploding anti-aircraft shells or bombs. The helmets also gave protection from falling rubble. Armed men in uniform were a familiar sight on the streets of wartime Britain. The hat on the left was worn by army officers. The badges indicated which regiment they were attached to. This one bears the badge of the Upper Thames Patrol, a riverborne part of the Home Guard. In the centre, you'll see some examples of badges worn by people during World War II. They were worn on hats, lapels, and on shoulders to signify rank. There were also badges worn by sweethearts to remind them of their loved ones. You will also see a reserved occupation badge worn by railway workers. Soldiers carried all kinds of weapons, from sidearms to rifles and machine guns. They also had grenades. On the right, we see a typical holster containing a sidearm, usually a Webley revolver, which is attached to the standard webbing belt. This one contains a boy's Gat air pistol, first made in 1938. It fired pellets, darts, or corks. Shrapnel. On the left is an original piece of shrapnel.